Welcome to the SpellCast.
I'm not gonna be able to go back there.
Just back to Ront, speaking of. Wait, hold up. You were at Jidainkle's place,
Yes.
right? So, and we had...
And I just finished losing an exchange with Wayland.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Okay.
And you find yourself standing at a podium with a sign, a wooden sign around your neck with the rope that says Damp Nut, and you're wearing an ill-fitted, a bit too small for your head.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Paper top hat that's painted gold, and you see a goblin that was standing at that podium with a little sandwich sitting in a little chair eating the sandwich because you've taken his place.
I'm glad the little guy has a break.
Yes.
That's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because this hat is ridiculous.
Hat is stupid. It is the dumbest hat you've ever worn.
I've worn some dumb hats.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Sale. Yeah. Money is good. Everybody needs some money. A vote for me is a vote for more money for everybody.
Jidainkle looks at Wayland and looks at you and looks at Wayland and says, but that was what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that too. I don't know how to do that.
I'm visibly disappointed.
my thing is equal opportunity economic gain and whatnot, and how we can raise everyone together by equally taxing the rich more than the poor, because the rich make more money. But therefore, if the rich pay more and the poor don't have to pay as much, then therefore, the poor can have more, the poorer of the people can have more money, and therefore we can close the sort of widening gap between the 1% and the 99%, where everyone can feel like they can afford the things they need. But he just said it really simple. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I look at Wayland.
Yes, we've been having this problem the whole time.
Exactly this.
Where he says exactly what he needs to say and then forgets that he needs to say exactly what he needs to say, and no one takes notes because no one's prepared for it. Yes.
Here are notes.
Thank you. Mr. Silvertooth, if you could please review these notes and talking points. Hey, this looks like a lot of things that I just said, but forgot I said. You just thumbs up him? Good, excellent. There you go. Achievement get, debate one.
Okay, boss man. Here's a softball. Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone here appreciates the long-standing and storied and frankly heroic work of the guilds of Baldur's Gate. Am I right? Can we give them a hand? Can we give them all a hand?
Jidainkle claps, because to not clap would be a bad thing.
But you know what's weird is that, as far as I know, their profits are basically untaxed. And really, as much as their efforts bring commerce to Baldur's Gate, there's always more that we could be doing, more different ways we can allocate the resources that we have given to us by tier. And frankly, with my strong business acumen, I don't see why it's Duke, right? Duke? get you. Why, as Duke, it wouldn't be better to see how the city of Baldur's Gate would allocate these guild resources and rework the distribution of labor to the benefit of all.
I have a rebuttal to that. I think it already benefits all. The guild system benefits those who hire them. And even so, some guilds already do pro bono work for those who can't afford it, because doing said work, particularly clearing out rats in the cellar, does benefit all citizens of Baldur's Gate, because then there are fewer rats in fewer people's cellars, which prevents the spread of disease. I think that if we begin taxing a budding system, which is new, it's 7 years old, people. It's not like the Constitution of Baldur's Gate. It's not tried and true. It's still being experimented on. And to mess with that experiment would be to introduce margins of error that we could not potentially foresee if we just leave it alone. I think that if we tax them, maybe we could tax them, but instead of putting it in the pocket of the government, we could use that money to help further guilds to more efficiently do their jobs, without sort of consolidating them and using them for our own purposes. The purpose of the guilds is to do the things that maybe the government is not able and should not be meddling in. Maybe it is the purpose of the guilds to handle the sort of proprietary business transactions that we cannot focus on because we are too busy focused on protecting the citizens and making sure that our city is safe.
I look at Wayland.
This is pretty good. Yes, you're doing a pretty good job. Better than Randall over there.
What was he doing?
Well, he was just saying how much he liked money, which wasn't too far off, but I mean, it wasn't really getting us to the point.
Well, I'm gonna hand Wayland these notes, and then we're gonna try that one again, because there is something to that. Money is good, right? Money is good. Money gets us what we need. It allows us to obtain our homes, our clothes, our food, our dealings in the night. But we all could use a little more of it. And there's only so much money to go around in Baldur's Gate as it is already. So perhaps it's time to take a look at more business opportunities from without. We do nice stock and trade here within our city walls, basically passing money around from one to another. But there's plenty of people coming in and, with things and stuff, goods and whatnot, and then they leave with our money. Maybe that should happen less. Maybe people shouldn't be walking away with our money.
There's already an import and export tax system set up for the city of Baldur's Gate. If people come in with goods that they own and they sell those goods, they have their own money. I understand that you are worried about some sort of taking away of the funds, but those said funds are already backed by the banks of Baldur's Gate and by the goods that we gain from the people that sell us their goods here.
Yes, but what would you say about the fact that the primary demographic of the merchants that come in and leave with our money being the unfortunately much reviled, unsavory types of certain racial descent?
Why does it matter? They have equal opportunity here as anyone else. And they have the ability to do transactions just as anyone else does. They have wants, they have needs, they have things they love and they wish for the people that they take care of just as anyone else does. I don't see what a person's background or even physical description would have to do with their desires in life or what they see to help people who look different than them. Why should you care about the looks of someone if that someone doesn't care about the looks for you and looks out for your general welfare and wishes to help you. I have seen many people of many different racial backgrounds give freely to us. For example, whenever we were lacking in harvest, there was an elven tribe that came in and donated much wheat to Baldur's Gate when there was a famine. When there was a lack of lumber, the local dwarves, they went out and they used their wonderful works and their axemanship to fell many trees to help fuel the fires during the winter. I don't see what racial racial diversity has in terms of a negative impact on the city of Baldur's Gate. So why should it have a negative impact on the business of Baldur's Gate? When the business of Baldur's Gate is the business of all who live here, no matter their look or creed. I'm sorry, I blanked out for a second and I can't remember anything I said.
I hand Waylon a thick stack of...
He hands you a bag of 10 gold pieces. He doesn't say a fucking word. He ushers you out the door and he shuts the door. Back at church. The sermon leader, the priest, is now in the midst of some sort of ritual not unlike the taking of communion. And
this is Raingrim Orkfo, is that correct? I assume
he has not yet given his name.
Okay.
He has not yet given his name. It involves a bit of cheese and a bit of milk, in reference to some oft-told story of Tyr and his herd of holy cows or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just rolling with
The
something.
secret cow level.
Secret cow level. And
is it like that good Wisconsin cheese that squeezes?
Oh, it's that good shit. It's that good shit. As he feeds you, roll me another insight check.
Let's do this one. Natural 20.
You
So
can
that's
see,
a 19.
Yeah, you can see
Still a natural.
as he leans in, he now has a hood up, which he did not have before, but this is sort of the more serious portion of the service, right? So the hood was, the donning of the hood was part of donning a more serious aspect of Tyr. And he sort of leans in, and in the sort of dark light, you can see his eyes sort of reflect a little bit of the candles behind you back at you, as if he has night shine or something in his eyes. And you can see in that moment a spark of malice.
So I will hold his eyes as that happens and make whatever genuflecting motion is appropriate. As I accept the curds of cheese and the glass of milk or whatever.
Of course.
And show outwardly proper deference, but lock eyes with him as I do that and then move on.
As you go back, one of the assistants next to you has said the same thing that they have said to everyone who's come prior and everyone who will come after. Raingrim Orkfo has offered you the gifts of Tyr.
I accept them graciously, thank you.
And you turn and you walk back as everyone else does, but you can still feel the eyes of Raingrim Orkfo bearing into the back of your skull.
Which is exactly what I want.
Excellent. Thiathel, what are you doing?
They're doing communion?
They're doing communion, yes. Essentially.
Communion.
Yes.
So, can I be behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be holding onto one of your spikes, and the person who's doing the communion.
Who is Raingrim Orkfo?
Yes, he goes to hand me, and I'm just like, no. I have something in my eye, no thank you. And I just follow him.
They spritz me with the holy water.
I'm not really hungry.
He sort of leans back, and there is a low murmur among the people behind you and among the people in the pews as you both walk back. There's just a low murmur. If you want to roll insight to see what they're saying, you may.
to see what they're saying or to hear?
I rolled a 9 on insight.
A what?
I rolled a 9 on insight. So
Okay.
I
It's just rhubarb, peas and carrots.
do I know that
Broccoli.
it's about her and not about me?
You don't.
Okay.
You can't
Well,
tell.
if she's gonna see what they're hearing, then she has disadvantage, right?
What do I add?
You add your wisdom and your proficiency if you are proficient in insight.
Wisdom.
Are you proficient in insight?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
17.
Oh fuck. All right. Yes.
My ears are great.
You
My
hear.
elf ears.
You hear. What do your elf ears hear?
Well, you go look.
Besides
Listen with
rhubarb,
those special ears.
They're even more heightened that you're half blind.
Right. Oh my god. You hear people saying, she rejected the gifts of tears. She not a believer. Maybe she's secretly an infernal. An infernal, you say? Yes, like the one she's following behind. Maybe she's just the trick, and he's the truth.
So I turn around to whoever's speaking.
It's some lady whose hair is done up in a fucking beehive-like shape. And she is wearing, oh god, so much foundation.
Just scream for that.
So much makeup.
Oh god.
But no colors. It just looks like she's a fucking doll.
Beautiful. Do I know her name?
No, you do not.
Shit. Can I? I'm just kidding.
Do you have the spell Detect Thoughts?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I do.
You
Wait
can
a
cast
second.
that and get her name. Maybe.
She's infernal, or my name isn't.
Yes, I do actually.
If you cast, let me pull up the book here to get you that what that does.
Oh, detect thoughts. Here we go. All right, so it's one action, verbal somatic. And what copper piece is the?
A penny for your
Yeah.
thoughts is the joke there.
Okay, so for the duration, you can read thoughts of a certain creature. When you cast a spell as your action on each turn, as the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If that creature you choose has an intelligence of 3 or lower, that doesn't speak any language, the creature something. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind in that moment. As an action, you can either shift your attention to another creature's thoughts or attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. Oh yeah, and you want to see if there's a saving throw too, right?
Yeah. She might need a saving throw for this.
It doesn't actually...
I don't know. My big thing is that it has a verbal component.
It only mentions a saving throw when you try to probe deeper.
Mm-hmm. What is that saving throw?
Wisdom.
Okay.
It fails to gain insight into some reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms larger in its mind. Either way, the target knows questioning verbally, direct. Also use the spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures. It's.
Do you wish
Yes.
to? You wish to cast it? Okay.
I want her name.
All right.
Oh, that's right. It's cast on self, so that's why there's no saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you cast it. Immediately all around you, you hear surface level thoughts of... You do have to speak to say it, so you do say a word and cast the spell. You immediately hear all
I
around
say it into
you.
your back.
You immediately hear all around you thoughts like, this is what Raingrim Orkfo talked about. Yes, the Infernals, this is what he preached about at the night services. Yeah, I remember that. You hear a couple of beings say, oh, the Eyes of Tyr will hear about this. You hear people say, yes, well, soon this will all be over, soon, but you can't really identify. It's like a muddled mass of thoughts around you. Do you wish to pry further for this woman's name?
Yes.
All right. What is your spell save DC?
14.
You get the name, oh god, you get the name Bernadette.
How dare you?
What do you mean, how dare I?
How dare you take Bernadette Peters' name in vain?
I was not going to say Peter.
Okay.
You get Bernadette Sue Higginbotham.
What?
Bernadette Sue Higginbotham.
What else?
With the Waterdeep Higginbothams.
Of the Waterdeep Higginbothams. No, that's it. That's just her name. You get that. Right. You can dig that she thinks that she's been coming to this church all these years and never have I ever before been so offended by such show of rudeness and impropriety as such has been displayed by these infidels. I sure do hope that the eyes of Tia will bring justice upon them, and that Lord Tweeter a Damnut, when I do vote for Lord Tweeter a Damnut, will kick these infernals straight out of Baldur's Gate, never to be seen wherefore again, I say. If my name isn't Bernadette Sue Higginbotham.
Okay. Can I know anything about her personally, like family?
She comes from old money.
Old money.
Yes, her family has dealt in the jewelry trade. For a long time, and she wears it on her sleeve, quite literally, many bracelets, and
she's lived in Baldur's Gate her whole life.
Yes, on her whole life, never traveled outside, never needed to.
Her family well known?
Her family is moderately well known, not so high up in high society as say the families of the dukes or other patriarchs.
You said old money.
Just old money, yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so I turn around to Bernadette.
She's right next to you.
Okay. And I'm gonna I still have the Bible page in my hand.
Yes, you use the hymnal page.
The hymnal page in my hand. And I before I turn to her, scrub my eye one last time, throw it away. And then throw it on the ground and stomp on it.
I never.
No. Oh, okay. I mean, she can see it, I guess.
That's what she says.
Okay. And I turn to look at her, and I have the biggest oh my goodness, Bernadette Sue Higginbotham, is that you? I hardly recognize you. I haven't seen you in so long. How's your family? I just have to tell you that the jewelry that you made, that ring that you made for my dear Aunt, Susie. No, what's an elf name? Give me an elf name.
Suethel.
Suethel, my dear Aunt Suethel. She wears it every single day. It's one of her favorites. Never before have we seen such well-crafted jewelry in our lives. It is so wonderful. In all of our 200 years, my 200 years, her 500 years. It's so wonderful to see you.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes.
It's very good to have a trade to fall back on.
Oh, absolutely. It's the very best. If you should ever need any jewelry ever, come straight to the Higginbotham. Do you still have that shop down by the river?
You know exactly with the shop. Yes. Yes.
Oh, we must go. This is my husband.
Hello.
We must go, dear, to look at our we're looking to
Well,
yes.
I need to get a new cloak, but I was thinking of something with gems inlaid. Do you do that kind of work?
Only
She
the
is
best.
so. Are you still holding the spell?
Yes.
She is so distangled in her head. She's so tangled in her head that you're able to get specific moments from her early childhood years, such as the time where she actually when she was an apprenticeship with her father. She stole one of his higher prized rubies that she later said a thief must have run by and stole it, and began working on it, doing her own stuff in private, and actually sold it and took that money and started building up her own portion of her own side business with it, and developed this side hustle from that.
Okay, I bring that up.
You bring that up?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Holy fuck. That would fuck with her head if you want to fuck with her head.
No, but I do, I sit next to her, drape my arm in with hers, and kind of pat her hand, and very, very, embracing the charm here.
I'll just position myself so that it makes it inconvenient for her to get up and leave. Is she there with anyone?
She is there with her husband, yes.
Okay, I'll make introductions then. Like, I'll still be standing and, like, reach out to shake his hand and, strike up small talk with him.
He doesn't seem to be listening to you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So that means I can just keep talking and talking and stay where exactly
about a minute into your conversation, she breaks out of her, like, sort of spell of being like, what the fuck, to look up at you and be like, he's deaf, honey.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. And I'll start speaking louder.
No, he's full. Excuse me, I believe he needs to go to the restroom. And they both get up and she leaves.
It was lovely talking with you. We should reconnect. I do want to talk to you about this club. Thank you very much.
She gives you a death glare, and in return, turns around and gives you a death, just fucking fire in her
turn to
eyes.
Thiathel and just say, oh, they're lovely.
Yes.
I really like this congregation. I might come here every Sunday.
Okay, so I take you aside. Well, actually, no. I put my arm in yours now and walk back to where.
Careful of the elbow blades.
Yeah, where you were sitting. I drape my hand on your forearm, under it.
There we go.
Under your forearm. Sit back to where you were sitting because in the back is heresy.
Did either of you me during any of that?
No.
Okay, good.
I didn't.
Does anybody recognize you?
I'm sure people recognize me.
Yeah, so now you're married.
Yeah.
Sit down. We sit back in the pew, and I tell you what I experienced when I was probing her mind.
Dude, you married up. I'm doing it right.
That was a joke, love. That was just for.
Well, I mean, there wasn't any ceremony, so I assume it's not binding.
Right.
The thought counts, though. I appreciate that.
I mean, it might not be legally binding, but the court of opinion holds a lot of weight.
We'll have to put out an announcement about the divorce. The divorce.
No. Reconsider. There are different ways to handle this. Your PR team will look into it.
In any event,
Yeah, so I kind of go over what the overall experience that I got probing her mind of pretty much everybody in the congregation about kick out the people.
I see. So it's to be expected, I suppose. This is a very anti-infernal.
A little
sort
bit
of church,
more
seems
than
like.
just anti-infernal, though. A little more. It seems as if the church is very included in Tweetery Dampnut's election process. Very deeply involved. Troubling. This is why we don't have elections back where I'm from.
Yes, monarchy does have a certain.
You don't have to finish it.
Cut.
And cut to Conall!
Do we want to
Did you have a finish? I'm sorry.
No. do we want to reconvene somewhere? We kind of tapped out already.
It's church over.
Conall, is there anything you do after you leave the...
After you get escorted out
of the place?
How long does it take for the sky stuff to wear off?
It should be an hour.
Yeah, I thought it was an hour.
How long was the class?
It should have been an hour-long
It
class.
should have been an hour-long class, which means you would have.
I got cut off.
You would
already.
have. You
Like
would have.
45 minutes in.
So, Ront, you find yourself sleeping under a tree somewhere.
Mop.
seeing a mother and her young child walk by, and the young child says, "Mommy, look!" And her mother says, "Pay no attention to vagrants."
Again, is it the same?
It's the same fucking thing. For the third time. It's the same, and then we're retiring them because that joke is
No,
dead.
I'm expecting an actual arc with them now.
Okay, fair.
So I wake up and I see Ron.
Oh.
What the fuck did you think he meant?
It's fine.
I woke up face first in a pond. One of the kids is trying to drown me. One of the kids' mothers.
She didn't try to save you, she just pulled the kid off you.
I love it.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, how's it going?
What the hell happened?
It went great.
If it did, you'd still be there.
No. Class let out early.
I gathered. What happened?
Listen, as I said in my class, you gotta expect the unexpected.
Which
Sometimes things don't... Listen, the schedule called for an hour. It only took 45 minutes for me to teach my lesson.
Conall, what happened?
You say that like you don't trust me.
Conall, what happened?
Okay, fine. Here's the deal, right? Remember how, like, I signed you up for Jidainkle's campaign, and, like, you really hated that.
Mm-hmm.
There's this kid in this class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart.
Okay.
Goes by the name Veggie. Great kid.
I'm never gonna figure that one out. Go on.
Great kid. Just, I sort of promised that you'd get to meet. And by saying that, yes, he knows that I actually was not you.
Okay. That, whatever. That doesn't explain what happened.
I taught a class, there's not much else to say. It was pretty boring. Shot my bow.
You what?
Oh yeah, speaking of which, my bow can't be held by the kids.
That...
I guess there's an age limit?
I mean, it must be pretty low. I'm only 14, but like... you do realize that Ront Havenfair doesn't use... Like, he doesn't know... He can't use longbows. Ront Havenfair doesn't have a loud exploding bow!
He did today.
Wait, why did you fire the bow?
Because the kid said it'd be cool.
I'm rolling insight. That's a fucking 20. Did he actually... Did the kid actually say?
No.
Conall!
You can't read through the bullshit.
I'm letting y'all govern yourself.
Conall!
Okay, fine. Look, he said the kid actually didn't say it was cool. He said that the kids wanted to see some combat, and I thought,
Okay.
you have Thunderstones, I have Thunderbow.
That is strictly speaking true.
The important thing is here that the kids learned the lesson I was trying to teach.
Always wear ear protection?
Yeah.
They're growing kids, Conall!
They're half deaf now.
Oh no.
But they definitely expect the unexpected. I can guarantee.
I immediately go.
Alright. What do you guys do for the rest of...
No, I immediately go to the super happy fun time.
Alright, yes, you go there. There's a very unhappy parent who greets you at the door and says, no, your lesson is done today. Unless you come here to apologize.
One, yes. Two...
Yes, your lesson is done today, or yes, you come to apologize.
The latter.
Okay.
I'm here to apologize for my colleague, Conall.
You were here. Your colleague was not here.
Did he fire a bow?
Yes.
I don't
yes,
do that.
you fired a bow.
I pull out my weapon. I don't.
You could have dropped a bow off anywhere.
A magical bow that can't be touched by other people?
I show
Yes.
up.
You could have
Within
dropped
the span
off a
of
bow
what?
anywhere.
Like, how long has it been since the...
I show up. Oh, hey, Ron, how's it going?
Are you still Ront?
No.
Oh yeah.
It was
I'm
Of course.
Squidward.
Of course. Yeah.
Hey, Ron, where's your bow?
I'm going to punt you into the sun. This is my colleague Conall. You might know us from our...
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
This morning I actually had to consult with the campaign of Jidainkle Silvertooth. So I had my colleague here stand in, and our group agreed that it would ease the process if he assumed my visage, as it were.
I don't know what he's talking about.
She looks at you, Conall. She looks at you, Ront. She looks back at you, Conall. Looks you up and down. Looks back at you, Ront. Looks you up and down.
I cast Disguise Self and I look like him.
She looks at you.
I gave him the ability to do that for
She
for
looks
an
at
hour.
him.
Whoa, that's crazy. You look just like me.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, in about an hour.
Are you
ago,
trying to frame me?
She slaps you in the face, Conall.
I bring 2 level 1 spell slots because I don't have that many.
Take like 1 slap damage.
43.
Top of good berry.
As she grabs you by your pointed half-elf ears and like starts to like pull you in to apologize to the kids.
I take it that there might be some medical attention needed.
We've got them taken care of.
Well, that's good. Again, incredibly sorry. Motherfuckers!
Hey, there are kids present.
I thought they were all in the infirmary and we were outside.
He's a bad influence on me.
That's true, and also they're half deaf. Okay, you're fine.
That's true, they're half deaf.
Hold on, do I have anything? It's like, is deafness a condition that can be restored?
Yes, it is. It is.
But I don't have access to any of that. You know what? I'll walk in, like I'll produce healing draft from the bag and be like, I can give one of these. These are good for like 1.5 healing potions. I can give one to each of them.
Which is like
the
insane, but yeah,
Yeah, that's covered.
Right? Like that's fucked up because it's once per day per creature.
yeah, that's
Like
insane.
would that be all right? Would that be okay?
Sure, yes.
I go in and I do that.
Okay, yes.
And it takes like 1 action per kid because fucking artificers.
Fucking artificers. Yeah, it works and it's fine. Excellent.
Do I meet Veggie?
You eat veggie.
How does he react when he sees me?
He's
How do all the kids react when they see me?
some of them are cowering in the corner. Some of them are just staring like blank face, and Veggie's like, "Thank the fuck you're here." Reggie is like, "Thank the fuck."
My colleague gave me a name that I believe is supposed to be you, but I can't believe that Veggie is your name.
No, it's Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm terribly sorry about today. I had another engagement.
Hi.
And I hand him the healing draft. 2d6.
Yeah. He chugs it and says, "I guess never meet your fucking heroes." Walks away.
I love this kid.
While he's walking away, he passes by me and I give him the thumbs up.
Was he allowed in?
I'm far away.
I mean, he came in drunk in to apologize.
Okay, yeah.
She dragged me by the ear, man.
As I'm administering the care, I'm like trying to explain not exactly what happened, but that it was a new prototype weapon that we were testing, and the sound was a feature that we thought we had patched out.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get to it in the next revision.
Right. We'll have a hot fix for that.
We won't be. That particular model is going back to the lab for extensive rework. Apologize for bringing something that was so potentially unstable around. We truly didn't mean to harm anybody in the process of the class, and we hope that a much quieter session can be had in the future.
Okay. They'll buy that. Halexan,
How the fuck did I make that
I
work?
don't know.
What are you two doing? Are you guys trying? Have you guys left and are trying to find these two?
Yeah, probably. I don't really think we're gonna get very much else from there.
I mean, you can be at the church however long you want to be. It's just a matter of what you want to do.
Did want to, if I can find anyone willing to actually talk to me, I kind of want to inquire a little bit about the eyes, like where they come into the worship of Tyr, because I was raised with the worship of Tyr, and I've never seen eyes as a part of the iconography. So, I'm very interested in that fact. If no one will talk to me, I'll actually go up to the priest and ask him. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do that.
You're gonna go up to Rangram Orkfo and ask about the eyes of Tyr?
Yep.
Buddy.
There are two. When you walk right up to Rangram Orkfo, it's kind of in the ending. So he's already concluded. He is about to go back into the holiest of holies, and his assistants are with him. And the curtains are parted, and he starts to walk back, and you are right.
Grand Guardian, if you would, just a moment.
The two clergymen sort of like stand shoulder to shoulder, blocking you from him. and one of them, as soon as you get close enough, sort of leans over. And what are you wearing?
Again, like, the fine clothing, kind of diamond patterned, almost like you were describing, almost Harlequin-like, right? But black and amber, maybe alternating patterns. So kind of like a doublet of that. Probably some kind of, what do they call, like hose, like for the pants.
Area codes, nice.
Yeah. And again, like the kind of the rough, but no hat or anything, just sort of that. Long sleeves, and it's all like laid over the blade pattern, and then the half cape over the back of one shoulder.
Is this designed to fit with your spikes? Like, is it tailored for your spikes? Are there like what? How is it tailored? Are there like metal rings or something?
Yeah, there's metal rings, or like in the case of like more blade-like protrusions, they're like slots almost. But yeah, just like riveted rings that fit directly over.
And then where there aren't rings is just cloth, right? Okay. So as you say that and approach, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit. Let's use this one. Probably not. What's my dex save? 13?
Yeah, one of them reaches really deftly and like grabs your tunic when you're real close, pulls it away from your body so far that like some of the spikes exit out of the rings and says, "I think you should leave our sanctum because you are not worth Rangrim's time." And
Excuse me, so a worshipper of Tyr is not worth his time? Not worth the time of the Grand Guardian? This is very unusual for a temple of this stature.
Yes, and I think it's very unusual that you would dare sully its doorsteps. However sinful you may be, we appreciate your attempts at righting whatever wrongs might inhabit you. Please, we do ask you to continue on your journey and...
Are these unjust words coming from a priest of Tyr?
Oh, I think you'll find... Are you speaking very loudly?
Yes, yeah.
I think you'll find that they are very just in the eyes of Tyr and his followers. And then as he puts the tunic back, he purposely puts it, the rings not over the spikes and through the cloth, and sort of purposefully shoves it very carefully, avoiding the spikes ripping through the cloth of your tunic and back onto your chest, and sort of backs away. I think you should leave before lightning strikes.
I think I will stay until I get restitution for the damage you've done.
He turns to the followers and he says, "Thank you," who are all staring, by the way, some of which are like filtering out and whatnot, and by this time a lot of the rich ones are filtering out. He says, "Thank you for coming, everyone. Please enjoy the rest of your evening, and Tyr be with you all." And they all start to filter out, and he looks at you and he says, "I don't know what restitution you think you'll be getting from us today."
Thiathel, would you do me a favor, darling? Would you go call one of the guard?
Yes. I can't whistle.
Does that work?
If you're inside, no one's gonna hear.
I'm gonna get up.
Everyone is starting to file out now.
I'm going to get up and daintily run to a guard.
Does Thiathel have a message?
I mean, she would have to know, I think.
Us.
Oh yeah. You run outside real quick.
Yeah.
If she files out, you have to wait for the rest of the crowd to file out because they're all. And when they see you running behind you, they kind of hurry up. And then as you leave, the doors shut behind you.
Oh shit.
And then you are left alone, Hal, inside. And at this point, the two assistants sort of back up, and you see filing out from alcoves in the left and right. You see 4 on one side, 4 on the other. These are eyes of Tyr. You recognize them. You see some of the other attendants in the back. The guy who had the aspergillum that was a mace. He is steadily thumping it in his hand as if it was a mace. All of them, the other Eyes of Tyr, seem to be armed with some form of improvised wooden bludgeoning implements, clubs mostly. One or two have a dagger, and they're sort of slowly encroaching in on you. They haven't made any overtly "I'm going to hit you now" hostile moves, but you can tell, obviously, this has gotten very militant at this point. Right. And then right at the tensest moment, Rangrim Orkfoe steps out and says, "Nah, think. I'm sorry. I think.
Oh my god.
I think we have reached a disagreement here. In some form of we have very loud people outside. Some form of civility that I believe is needed to be proper citizen members.
I quite agree with you. I would remind you and your priesthood here that I am not a child.
Oh no!
And you may find acts of violence and intimidation against me not quite as simple.
Oh, I would presume no simplicity upon you, sir, being the complex being that you are. I also would not condone nor endorse any form of violent acts upon your persons, as it were.
Excellent, then. Would you mind stepping outside with me for a moment? For a brief conversation. I understand I'm not exactly welcome here.
Oh, well, I have much to do. However, I do see your garments all rent all day to, forgive me, the 9 hells and back, as it were. Now.
Yes, they are quite disheveled at this point.
I believe we had some extra tithings, which the church would love to charitably donate to you.
I would not think of taking money from the tithe bowl. If you would, simply oblige me with an answer to a simple question.
Why, yes. All questions are welcome in the house of Tyr, for he answers all, even from the lowliest of the lowly.
Yes, I can see that. Where do the eyes come in, exactly? I've never quite come across this form of iconography.
Why, the Eyes of Tyr are an ancient, and I would say, rather defunct portion of Tyr worship, and he sort of takes his fingers and he sort of waves them this way, and the Eyes of Tyr that have shown up in garbs like quickly fucking file out as if they fucked up. You don't need an insight check to know. Oh shit!
Right. So,
legend has it that they see all, they know all, and they are ever burning in the backs of the heads of the unholy, reminding them of the justice that Tyr can serve.
So Tyr's eyes are in the backs of the unholy? The backs of the heads of the unholy?
We're watching pay attention, son. Watch this complicated. You're not getting it right now. So now you're not listening to what I'm saying, so pay attention.
Right.
They are staring through the backs of the heads into the very souls of the damned dead.
But would Tyr not look them in the eye?
He would, unless they were running away from them like the scared son bitches they are.
Oh, I see. That kind of makes sense.
Yes.
No, still. No.
But
because if they're then.
So it has to do with the gaze of judgment, is that it?
Oh, I'd say there's plenty of gaze of judgment. And you see, and everyone is fucking looking at you.
They're still there?
Everyone who's a part of the clergy, a part of the clergy.
Oh, the clergy or something.
Yes.
It's just the extra ancilla that showed up.
Yes, the extra ancilla that showed up.
Whee!
Well, I appreciate your candor, and I consider any impropriety waived.
Well, I certainly appreciate our coming to terms on and understanding. Now, if you will excuse us, we do have to clean the grand worship in the hall. So if you could please, service is quite over.
Yes, it was a lovely service. Thank you very much. I would come again, and I'll, go and walk out.
We look forward to your next gracing the threshold of the House of Tyr.
Oh, thank you very much. Shut the door.
I've been like,
You found the guard.
well, I've been like throwing my shoulder up against the door, and you just like
Oh my fucking God.
push it open, and
Can I
I'm
just
like,
push it open as if
oh, it
Yeah,
was a
exactly.
pole door.
Yes.
I found a guard.
Oh, it's all right. We worked everything out. A misunderstanding.
He walks away, sighs, and
Sir. And I'll give him like 5 gold or something for his trouble.
Do we tip the cops?
Sorry.
fucking hell yeah, he runs away.
We tip the cops?
I mean, I'm tipping the cop here.
Okay.
Oi, Danny.
Yeah.
I mean, I got tipped today, so we're still net positive.
I wrote that
Hal
shit
does
in.
not really know the value of money.
That's true.
It's something he hasn't quite grasped yet. So,
Listen, I tip like I don't understand the value of money.
right. So that was tense.
Are you alright?
Yeah. No, I think they tipped their hand. But I don't know if it matters. Shall we find the others?
Just like you just tipped the cop.
Yes, but
No.
with more malice and ill portent.
I got a nasty vibe from him. The head priest.
Yes. Did Thiathel see him in a vision?
Roll an insight, Thiathel.
Me?
Yeah.
I did see him. No, we saw him.
Roll an insight, Thiathel, unless you want to go ahead and explain the connection you have made fully.
I have notes.
Then explain the connection you have made fully.
Wait, it says may have stabbed him.
Oh. I hope your.
That's enough to know. I'm not even going to read what the number was.
Rangrim or Orkfo?
Rangrim Orkfo.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking dwarf.
I thought that was common knowledge. Oh, that was just me?
No, that was, well, I mean, you explained it to them.
Oh.
But also, like, if you want to reiterate for the audience and for the rest of everyone here.
Oh, he might have stabbed your friend.
My friend.
Your friend.
Might have kidnapped his friend.
It looked exactly like the dwarf.
Did it sound like him?
Well, you didn't hear it.
Oh, we just saw him.
Or
Short,
saw.
intermediate, and long-term memory loss are endemic to our party. So like,
It's the nature of our play schedule.
Yeah,
it's the nature of our work. So
Yeah,
always
actually,
get to the end.
I will say
Makes it fun.
I did not remember that he was the one who specifically had stabbed her. I remember he was involved in that attack.
He stabbed her. Yeah. He definitely stabbed her.
All right.
I would not have committed violence in House of Worship, so
Right.
not
They would
want
have.
to.
They would have.
Well, you're not in the house of worship anymore, are you?
I would have.
I would have respected that. I should have done.
Shall we
I
rally
would
the
have just been like,
Yes, I think that's a good idea at this point.
Alright. So you all meet up back at the helm in
what time is it?
Let me see, morning service ended at like 11 to get people back in time for lunch. I would say you're having lunch. It is 12:30.
Okay, I look at you. Or do we actually link?
Yeah.
Where I get the
Young cloak, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I look at you. You're still in your thing.
Sure.
I immediately like pull. Mending. Lots of mending.
I love that.
I mean, none of the scraps like it didn't. It was just slices, not like you lost any pieces, right?
No.
Yes,
This looks perfect now.
mending.
Okay.
And then just like very carefully, like,
Are we meeting in my room again?
no, we're having food.
Oh, okay. Alright, so
Hungry.
Having nom-noms.